Tonight on Podcast Them Down, it's either the last episode of the year or the first episode of next year, or this year, as we call it. And it's time for Beers of the Round Table. No one can hear the intro, but I can see it on Hail Metal Nation, it is I, Tim. This is Podcast Them Down, and it's our annual go to the basement and harshly judge each other's choices.
I feel like we just did this.
Yeah, we
not too long ago.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
Well, I'm glad I came to this one because I sat out the Halloween.
The Spooktathlon?
Spooktathlon.
That was great. Can't wait to mix all these things together.
I just realized I don't have my drink.
I just realized that I haven't seen any of this holiday cereal. Where is it?
Yeah, I mean, he keeps talking about holiday cereal, and yet I haven't seen a goddamn thing. I just see 18 identical packs of beer in front of me.
Oh my God! This is having 12 Mad Elves on a table.
Yeah.
Is a little bit intimidating.
Yeah. All right, I'll start. All right, so my
It's not a snack.
and I said it could be. No, these aren't snacks. This is beers.
That's not a beer.
Well, okay, it's drinks.
Oh,
All right, so Christmas themed. Hang on. Let me explain.
I ain't seen no beer and no carton before.
Well, okay, so my
I wish I could say the same.
Lord knows I have. All right, so my thought was Christmas time or New Year's time. You can make this as boozy as you want, and technically not a beer, so
Technically not a beer.
yeah. And so I hope you brought your own booze, because otherwise we're drinking it straight up, and we're gonna make all the cups dirty with lactate eggnog, and then we're gonna put beer in it. All right, now
Is there milk in eggnog?
Dave, I want you to judge this.
I'm
You don't have to taste it, but I want you to judge it.
okay. I'm happy to judge it, but I'll give it a sniff.
Real eggnog, no discomfort, it says.
Oh.
So there's a cream element to eggnog, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
All right, okay, that makes sense.
It's the nog part, right?
It's milk, sugar, cream, egg yolks, fat-free milk, because I guess
Wait. Milk and fat-free milk?
Yeah,
that's right.
All the fat's already in the first milk.
Okay.
And then, I just noticed there's artificial color in here.
Whoa, no!
When it starred all the ingredients that are not in regular eggnog, the
Okay.
only one being lactase enzyme.
Well,
Oh, wait, it has that.
Yes.
Oh.
It's gluten-free.
Oh, wait, so lactate just adds, it's milk plus?
Yeah.
interesting.
I always thought it was de-lactose milk.
No, technically this is partially digested.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
Adds
the
an
lactate one
okay.
because it doesn't taste like eggnog.
Oh, right.
All right, so someone get those cups over there and let's have a small amount.
Okay, now I would just like to propose something. Currently, your plan is we all try these snacks.
Oh, wait. Let's back up.
Thank you, Doug.
We forgot to explain what we're doing, who we stole it from,
That's true. Okay, we stole this idea.
and I forgot to introduce everyone.
Oh yeah, we really
Tim, Matt,
fucked up.
Pete, Dave, Doug. Doug in person.
Amazing.
All right, done.
Literal Christmas.
All right.
Okay, we stole this from Big O and Dukes. Don't sue us. Not that you could.
And everyone brought a drink or a beer or something that you could add alcohol to. In my case,
Okay.
I don't know if it's a disqualification, but typically we'll all judge them and decide who's the most best.
You know, I think I might actually try to add some PBR in the spirit of the game.
Wow.
So, well, I'm not putting my. Okay. Anyway, what if instead of trying this eggnog, we just had Dave try it, and then we all see how well we know CPR?
See, it's not the CPR that's the issue. It's the throat closing and the anaphylaxis.
Oh,
Yeah.
My heart will be fine.
I had a crush on her in middle school.
Good old anaphylaxis. The whole Phylaxis family, really, they're just some attractive kids.
Which part are you allergic to?
All of it.
The egg and the nog.
Wait, you're allergic to egg too?
No, I'm not allergic to egg.
Oh, okay, just milk.
Look, if we could separate the egg from the milkage, then I'd be all over it.
So this does require some backstory. So if I refer those podcast and downers out there to episode, I think it's 82, when we talk about going to see Blind Guardian in Germany.
Goodness, what a time.
But anyway, at some point in that episode, we discovered that Dave has a fatal milk allergy, an FMA. So yes, that's why he's not drinking the eggnog. He's not a cheater.
No, I would never even dream of cheating.
All right, so I like this because it tastes like the base. It tastes like you're drinking ice cream base.
Pete, can I smell that?
It tastes like
Actually, that is.
It's way better than actual eggnog. All right,
Damn, that's.
I don't mind
It smells like an ice cream parlor.
It definitely it almost has an almost like a melted ice cream, but like less heavy.
it tastes exact. You know what? I imagine this tastes like the remnants of like the tray in like a soft serve machine.
Yeah.
And when you're like flushing it out at the end of your shift, like I bet that's what it would taste like.
yeah. What are you doing there?
Think of like what are they called? In like the early 1900s, they had those things called penny licks.
Yep.
You know what those were? It was like
I'm a professional historian. I've never heard this shit in my life.
Yeah, it was like instead like they would have ice cream on a dish, pay a penny, and you would get to lick the dish, and they would literally pass it around, so everyone in the crowd would get a lick. So you were
There was a little Santa in that. Yeah. So everyone.
It was apparently
Penny
a
lick.
big source of foodborne illness.
Oh, he has the spreadsheet. Thank Christ.
Now,
That's what I figured you were doing. I forgot we're recording.
Now, I know there's some people might think "Thank Christ" is blasphemous, but it is Christmas. And even if it's the New Year's or the 27th or whatever, we're still within the octave of Christmas.
so true.
You were
Fuck off.
thanking Christ.
Yeah,
though, like,
that's appropriate.
unless there's a layer of sarcasm.
No.
I should wash this out before I put other things in it.
I think that is up to the individual.
Yeah,
Won't this taint our?
totally. Yeah.
Well, there's a reason I insisted on going first because it's gonna. It was strategy, but Pete saw through my strategy, and he's going to even the playing field.
Glass rinse.
Doug, could you actually pass me the carton for a moment? Yeah, if I'm going to give a score, I'd like to give it on all the aspects of the snack.
That's important. Packaging, as I like to say, and I actually said this today. We eat first with our eyes, and I think that works for drinking as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We rate albums on the fucking package. Hold on, Tim. You better add a fucking package row.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, the packaging of this beer is a little suspect.
We can't roll that into our score.
Cardboard and squarish. Like, what kind of beer comes in a container? Like
So this is kosher, but not kosher for Passover.
Certainly not par.
So
Well, it's
drink,
eggnog.
so drink your eggnog now. I don't want to see any of this shit in April.
I think it goes bad in February.
Best by February 19.
What year?
2025.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm assuming 2025. It just says 25.
Could be 30-25.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and give my beer an 8. 10.
How is
it's out of 10. I'm speaking into my cup instead of my mic.
I can
speak into my cup too.
101 years. But if you go to February 20th, throw that shit out. Okay. All right. So, I dislike. Okay, let me say what I like first. I believe it's creamy. Unlike everyone here, I am an eggnog fan, wherein I buy like a quart of eggnog every year. I drink it once, and then actually around February 19, my housemates will say, "What the fuck is this eggnog doing here? And I'll say, oh, what a shame. We're going to have to throw it out. This is fine. It's not the best eggnog I've ever had, but certainly not the worst. I do like, maybe the viewers can see, I'm not sure, but there is a cow sitting on top of a Christmas cookie that's reassuring us that it's real eggnog with no discomfort, which Tim mentioned. I also like that it's ultra pasteurized. I prefer raw eggnog, and hopefully there's some changes coming that will allow me to buy raw eggnog, but as long as we're living in this terrocracy, I just have to go with what I have. It is grade A, and that's why it's going to get a grade 8 from me.
Nice.
I expected everyone to penalize it because it's not beer or alcoholic.
I just want to reassure.
Oh yeah, let's hear
friend here.
Let's hear Dave's
We
score.
live remarkably close to a border,
True.
where porous as they are, you can easily get your raw eggnog needs satisfied.
That's true. You know what? That is true. I was just up in Amish country
border.
just a few weeks ago.
I don't even ask what state you're from.
Yeah,
They come
yeah,
across.
yeah.
Thank you for passing the package. There's a
Phantom raw milk.
Oh my Lord. Now I also am an eggnog fan, and I mean this in the sense I think that Matthew meant. But it's rather my wife that yells at me come February about the eggnog that's still in there. This was super appealing from an olfactory perspective, and that's as close as I dare to get to it. But it didn't make me feel gross when I smelled it, and like a lot of milk products will make me feel.
Oh no!
And
I don't like where this is
So
going.
you didn't have the immediate revulsion, like
Yeah.
the fear of pain and death. The
fuzzy
instinctual fight or flight mechanism wasn't triggered.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
the gorge didn't rise.
that's good.
So I think I just love the 8s. I feel like I'm going to have to rate this an 8 as well, just because of my enthusiasm for the the medium itself, and also I want to point out
Wait.
that it gives you an opportunity.
Can we hear the fizzing?
I thought
Go on.
PBR would be a good cleansing agent.
Might be.
On one side of the carton, it gives us an opportunity to enjoy lactate eggnog in our favorite lactose-free recipes, including eggnog cheesecake, eggnog cupcakes, eggnog latte, and eggnog bread pudding.
Eggnog, whoa.
Yeah, right? And anybody who's
Hey,
got...
I have tried putting this in coffee. Don't do it.
Interesting.
And also, thanks for the representation. It's good to know this is kosher.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my score's already in there. Douglas, admire the packaging.
Oh, we got it's a shit computer generated image.
Check out the serving size. It's something like an eighth of a cup.
2 ounces.
I think it's a half a cup.
Half a cup. See, I really like this, but I'm bothered because people here have spoken about this being disruptive to tradition. So I'm gonna go only a 5.
Okay.
On behalf of Matt and Dave, and how this has ruined their tradition, and they didn't have the balls to put that in their score.
Thank you.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I'm just feeling inspired to go home via the Royal Farms and see if they've got any almond or silk nog.
Silk nog.
Yeah, it's the soy nog.
One oat nog latte, please.
Sir, that is a bridge too far, I'm afraid. Oat nog.
Oat nog.
Hey, now you've lost me. Sir.
What? You didn't see my Instagram?
I must have.
Oh, I found oat nog.
You found oat nog?
Yeah, it was in the obvious place. At
The garbage?
No, at the end cap of the gluten-free section.
Oh,
Makes sense because oats aren't always gluten-free.
Well, what? Wait, what? Well, I'm learning a lot today.
Right?
Yes, you're welcome.
I thought that. How
Understand that, but okay.
the
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but
science?
I mean, lotion isn't gluten free either. A lot of the time.
Lotion?
Yeah, lotion. So
it's also
you
not
gotta
meant to
stop
be
eating
consumed.
lotion if you can't have gluten.
But it's oil.
Did you? What
Pete-
was your score?
Pete didn't go
Are you-
yet.
Are you wrapping it up?
I didn't even get to
Nice.
actually rate it yet. So, I mean, I have to say, I mean,
Do you want to look at the packaging?
I saw the packaging.
Okay, all right.
I did. I saw it going around, and like I do have to say, although it being made of cardboard, it's not very. It's not the most attractive beer container I think I've ever seen.
Okay, true.
In terms of that, like the shape, and I mean, yeah, the imagery is not like really inspiring. Like it's not like they went out and like found like a good artist, and then it might have been AI generated. I don't even.
By the way, this episode will have an AI generated thumbnail. I bet.
And so, but at the same time, I do love the little festive theme on it, so I will give it 6.3.
Okay, fair score.
With our first decimal entry of the evening, Pete coming in hot.
All right. I totaled it, didn't I? Okay. All right. Who's up next?
I feel like we got to go with Douglas's entry, given that Matthew's already.
yeah.
All right.
That we can.
It's true.
We can do that.
The award-winning beer from 200 years ago.
I don't know anything about that, Dave. All I know is at a agriculture fair, this beer from the city of Milwaukee won a blue ribbon.
And I don't know if this is.
Algonquin for the good land.
I believe it.
It is, Pete. And it's funny, even though this is an award-winning beer from Milwaukee, I actually believe there might be a better one, and perhaps even one that's supremely better.
You don't say.
I did not rinse the nog out of mine, so we're going to find out what happens. Oh, that's an interesting smell.
Yeah, I decided to get some water here and hydrate and make sure to get a nice clean. Because yeah, I mean that stuff was like thick and coated everything.
Exactly. Well, that was the strategy. It didn't pan out yet, but or at all. And now I'm just a victim to my own.
So what we know about this product, it's a nature's choicest products in its prized flavor, only the finest hops and grains, and it was selected as America's best in 1893.
All right, I'm going to say it. Remnants of eggnog plus PBR is actually not as bad as I expected.
I mean,
They're kind of complementary.
it is unusually foamy, I've found.
Well, that's the egg, I think.
Yeah, but not in an off-putting way.
Okay, so I'm gonna dive right in. I've had many a PBR.
Wait, hold on. You've had this beer before?
Yes, believe it or not.
I mean, are you some kind of like beer connoisseur or something?
It's pronounced connoisseur,
A connoisseur?
and
That's one of my favorite dinosaurs.
I think mixing it with the eggnog actually helped a bit. And I very much appreciate that you served it cold at the proper temperature.
Cold-ish.
Right. So I'm gonna have to tie it and with mine and give it an 8.
Wow. Dave, go.
I'd also like to take a moment to reminisce. It was Brian Voltaggio's restaurant in Frederick, where I first saw
We don't have that long.
Pabst, written on the menu, Pabst, United States of America, Wisconsin.
Oh.
$6. And this is a $6
was this
beer.
the blue ribbon one?
I got angry at the guy in his Keds who came over to take my order. I was like, "Sir, fuck your beer. Just write PBR."
I love it. I love it when they do that. It's like, this is Harpoon from Boston, blah blah. This is such and such from so and so. This is PBR from Wisconsin.
Right. It was my first brush with serious
It is a light American lager.
light American adjunct lager with hints of corn, grain.
brewed with corn and rice.
So but no, this is perfect. This is it's truly a holiday classic. PBR out of a plastic cup. I'm going to give this an 8.7.
Wow.
Yeah, approaching my most auspicious of scores, but 8.7 it is.
Wow.
Look up what auspicious means.
I'd like to go next, if I may. Now, we use the term mouthfeel a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Now, I think PBR has a good mouthfeel. It goes down like a beer should. So what I'm about to say is much more about the eggnog residue. And I actually think I'm going to have to deduct a point from the eggnog because there is an almost impermeable film of eggnog that has now coated my entire soft and hard palate. So although the beer did slide down well and tasted like hoppy, or not hoppy at all, but beery goodness, that eggnog is not playing well with it. And so I'm going to have to give PBR, great beer, Blue Ribbon winning. And you know, I think some people might say that in 1893 we knew some things about and that's why America's great. Eight, like Alexander Ovechkin, or is that Billy Ripken? I forget.
It's both. Every great player wears 8.
How dare you?
And it's Cal. It's Cal, huh?
Oh, Cal.
Hey, I just need to point out about the law of conservation of ratings. And so the 8 that you have taken, the 1 that you have taken away from the lactate eggnog goes to the Minnesota Wild for their medal score. We'll make that adjustment later.
I'll bring up the other spreadsheet.
This is actually remarkable. The Wild have a shot at it now.
I don't even know. Their score has fluctuated. Oh, you mean in real life?
They have a chance to win Beers of the Round Table 2024 with this surprise addition to the contest.
It's what I've always appreciated about PBR. It has some flavor. You can like it, you can not like it, but something's happening here. Unlike Coors, Miller, and especially Bud, which are engineered to the point to be inoffensive to everyone, always. So this is an 8.
Wow. All right.
Hold on. We've got to do one more round in this round table. Everyone has to go on the record as to whether they think PBR or Natty Boh is better.
Well, first let's get Pete's score, though.
Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say Pabst.
I can't look at Doug. He's too intense right now.
You said 8, right? I was adjusting the Minnesota Wild score.
So, yeah, I would say like PBR is not something I usually go for, but I don't know. Something about maybe the 16-ounce can. Do they put better PBR in the 16-ounce cans?
It could be that the flavorons are allowed to conglomerate more.
Yes.
Because there's a greater concentration of them.
I mean, I've worked in the brewing industry, and Matthew's got
all those
he's
words
on
are
the right
words.
track. I'll just put it that way.
Anyway, so unexpectedly, I would actually give it a 7. Whereas I probably PBRs I feel like I've had in the past, like out of 12-ounce cans, I don't feel like it's quite as good.
I think it's a holiday miracle. I don't know what holiday this is getting released around, but it's a holiday miracle.
Maybe it's the Feast of the Holy Innocents. I'm not sure.
I would love to feast on holy innocents.
Well, fun fact.
All right, who's up?
I'm not touching that.
It's like
we need to go on the
Snap poll.
All right, we got to go on record.
Matt.
Oh my god. Well, this is difficult. I would prefer Natty Boh. However, PBR is more ubiquitous. So I will say, for those of us who live in the greater Maryland,
This is a lot of waffling.
Delaware, Pennsylvania, Virginia area, the answer is Natty Boh. But for those of us out there in Metal Land, you can't go wrong if you can't get Natty Boh.
Oh my god!
And find
Get
a PBR.
on with it, man.
I'm going to get succinct and to the point. PBR is a better beer than Natty Boh.
Oh my god!
But Natty Boh is more comfortable.
All right, I have a question before I give you my decision.
But only when you're eating Oots pretzels.
No, PBR, okay, comes in that can. Is the Natty Boh I'm comparing it against the standard can, the orange Orioles can, or the purple Ravens can?
I think you mean the baseball and the football.
Right, exactly. Because they won't pay for the licensing. So it's just an orange baseball-ish can and a purple football-ish can.
With some birds. Or is there's no birds on the can?
Maybe we should go tall boy to tall boy.
Tall boy to tall boy. I'm going to go PBR, believe it or not, because that was actually a really good PBR.
This is a really good I want another one.
We'll see how I feel tomorrow. You know, that's
I'm gonna say
PBR. I mean, Natty Boh and I don't get along often.
I don't like Natty Boh.
Oh my God!
Honestly, a good beer. I like number one. I don't think it's a good beer. Number two, I'm almost 43 fucking years old, and that beer has not been brewed in Baltimore since before I was born. And yet
I've heard the speech.
Like, oh, Natty Boh is the greatest thing ever. Like, whatever.
I've heard the speech repeatedly. It's great.
That are brewed at Baltimore breweries, and they don't get as much credit as this beer that's now brewed by like a mega corporation.
Doug, what was that one you found a while ago? The old ballpark or whatever? I saw that recently. I wasn't able to get it. That's great.
Yeah, as
It's like real Natty Boh.
Tim and I know from hanging out in Essex and Middle River, down home Baltimore people do not drink Natty Boh. It's only asshole hipsters in Canton and the rest of us.
Hey, there's a Natty Boh too in Joppatown.
Yeah, PBR is better, unfortunately.
Wow.
It's on the record. That's the unfortunate truth.
Well, you know what else PBR is better than? My eggnog. I am currently in second place.
Well,
Hey.
I would
Doug is
like
in
to
the
say-
lead, so who can dethrone him?
Hold on, I would just want to say, I want to go on the record that it's this flagrant Maryland self-hatred, which is the reason that we no longer have an active air wing, and some of us are working to prevent that.
Hey,
This is an important issue, Matthew, and I'm glad you're bringing it up.
I'm not down on Maryland. I want you to direct your eyes to behind me.
What'd you do to keep the 175th from going to cyber security?
Cyber is important too. plus, we got all those drones now.
Hey,
Oh wait, those aren't ours.
ain't no drone, an A-10 Warthog can't fucking
That's right.
blast through.
That's right.
Welcome to Narrowcast Corner Podcast. I'm down.
All right. So
All right, Dave's
Oh,
beer.
shit.
Dave's
my
beer.
beer, I'm moving
Oh
things along.
shit.
Now,
Ellicott City themed beer.
unfortunately, no.
I can tell you're not from this county. Speaking of narrowcasting, because it's pronounced Ellicott City.
I prefer to say it in its original Korean.
This is. Sir, I want to shake your hand.
Hi, US 40 corridor. You're listening to Podcast Them Down.
This is from Ellicottville Brewing Company in Ellicottville, New York.
Oh,
Boo! It is Ellicott then. Fuck them.
Ellicottville? I don't know.
I don't know.
New Yorkers, get on the horn and tell me how wrong I am.
Oh no.
It is.
The PBR has solidified.
Yeah, no, it's-
Look at the film. Oh, I can't wait to drink. I can't wait to drink whatever you
call
had.
it. I think in the culinary definition of that is an infusion.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll stop interrupting now.
It's okay.
Ellicottville.
Ellicottville.
How come? Wait,
Ellicottville.
Well, you're all in luck. This is a sugar cookie beer that will probably pair well with the eggnog.
now I would just.
Hey, that's not all that's going to pair well with tonight, and that's
I would like to point out
bullshit.
that we've only had
either the
individually
next or previous
4
episode.
ounces of beer and some eggnog, and we've already just started interrupting each other and gone on wild political tirades.
And I get to mix it all.
Thank you. Don't worry, guys. Let's please try to normalize ourselves.
It smells like a sugar cookie. Hey, nice shirt, by the way.
Oh, that's a great shirt.
No one can see it right now, but I just like it's the details on the long sleeve
I'll
of the King Diamond shirt, because this isn't audio medium. So you got the King Diamond logo and then the various bat outlines down the sleeve. That's pretty good.
I also hate to be a stickler, but we're not miking our drinking the beer, and that is kind of a key component.
I can get on that.
All right.
All right. You have to aerate it.
It's got a mild, like almost like a sugar cookie kind of aftertaste, I guess almost. It's not like too forward.
No, definitely not too forward.
Yeah, it's like subtle. Like I was expecting this to be like like one of those kind of almost like dessert beers.
Oh, interesting.
Super sweet.
Drink.
Yeah.
There's just too much.
Yeah.
So
This is good.
I'm going to be transparent and say that when Michelle was at the store earlier today getting beer,
Your wife, Michelle.
my wife Michelle, my darling wife and mother of my child,
You were like,
I was like,
that La Côte de Ville.
Your
I
baby
said,
mama.
get a random holiday beer
Okay, all right.
that will make people
Nice.
have an opinion.
I'm surprised you didn't end up with
Ronald.
Trug's Mad Elf.
Third 6-pack of Mad Elf. Yeah. No, so
It seems like a Prague beer. I hate
Prague beer.
Yeah, subtle and not too forward.
Technically, shouldn't that say Michelle? I mean,
maybe it should.
because Dave didn't bring it.
I didn't do this.
I'll work on this while we deliberate.
Okay, Ellicottville.
I'll start because I've been starting. Point off for getting something that said Ellicott and it not being from Ellicott City, Maryland.
I feel ill.
Now, I have to ask myself, if I had to drink lots of these, would I prefer the PBR or the sugar cookie? And I feel like the sugar cookie is just a hangover waiting to happen, while the PBR is a hangover that's less severe, but lots of stomach troubles. So I'm going to go with 7.5.
Oh, my.
Just slightly below the PBR.
So,
But it's only because of perceived illnesses due to quantity.
So I'm blessed with good vision. So the sugar cookie beer is only a 5.6
yeah.
ABV, which is actually fairly
I
close
was gonna say, what is PBR?
to the PBR, which I think is like 4.7.
4.5 is what I remember seeing.
So we're only 9 points of BV away. So I think I could drink 4 of the sugar cookies and about 15 of the PBRs. But I do think that I love Dave, and I love Michelle.
Many people do.
But unfortunately,
I didn't mean it like that.
I don't love the beer they brought. I'm going to give it a 6 because it's solid effort. But I'm going to give you a tip out there to all you podcast downers. If you want to simulate this sugar cookie beer, get some lactate eggnog, coat your glass, and then pour in some PBR, and you've essentially created it. And you probably have saved some money because that's a fancy can art. There's a Christmas ball, maybe a snowflake.
Sparkle explosion.
Sparkles. From here, it looks like a jalapeno, but I'm sure that's not what's on it. But yeah, it's fine.
Get on with it.
This is great. We have to talk about it. Yeah, 7.
No, got to start over now.
Wait, I think I gave it a 6, but no, it's a 7.
So I'm gonna say that I love the can artwork. It's nice. It is. I was also expecting it to be an Ellicott City beer and was also mildly disappointed. But it looks like they hired an actual artist to do the can art here.
Not some robot.
Not
Robot.
Robot.
And but like yeah, I don't know. The PBR was just a little bit lighter, a little bit crispier, like just a little bit more drinkable. I'll give this one. But the can art is of the stuff that we've seen so far, definitely the best one. So I'll give it a 6.9.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
I'm a big fan of cream ales, and this
Bet you are.
strikes me as just like kind of a cream ale with a bit of a sugar cookie.
Is that because that's as close to milk as you can get and still survive?
That's exactly the reason, Matt. And I'm glad that you called that out
Yeah.
because I think it's obvious, but not everybody knows.
Okay.
The cream ale is basically my attempt to recapture a childhood that didn't have any milk in it.
The milk that didn't make it.
I am not digging the aftertaste on this, though. There is some like weird bitterness that is like,
Yeah. And it's not sugary. It's not
Right.
smooth.
right. It's not sugar.
It's
bit-
harsh.
It's like something in the hop profile isn't right, or I don't know. But the aroma is fantastic. It is really like it's all been said. I'm just getting distracted by the fact that I'm going to rate this a 10 because Michelle did such an amazing job
Nice. Boo.
of selecting a beer.
I'm okay with this.
As long as Tim approves.
It does have a Jenny cream ale.
Okay.
I didn't really get that. I got the.
Maybe you should have more.
Well, I just took another sip after Dave was like saying.
All right then. All right.
Like a bitter aftertaste. I would say it almost reminds me of like I don't know like a molasses like aftertaste that you might have in like a cookie or something.
Yeah, I'm still the subtlety is a bit of a large red flag for me. So it's only a 7, but it's pretty good.
All right. 7, but pretty good.
7. So that's a 7 and then a star. And it's-
Asterisk.
Yeah,
but pretty
asterisk.
good.
7
That'll
prime.
mess up the code.
Oh, fucking code.
Who's up?
I think it's Pete's turn.
Is it my turn?
I believe it's your turn.
I actually brought 2 different beers.
Oh,
Well, we have to mix them. That's the rule.
You heard it here, folks.
No.
that's not the rule.
So
Hold on, let me finish my cup full of beer so I can drink this beer.
Pick one to be judged and one to be discussed, or both. I don't care.
Yeah.
okay, so this is
Beer.
How about Pete number 1 and Pete number 2?
Jailbreak White Russian.
Oh no, it's another milk-based
It
beverage.
is a cream ale, but
Uh-oh.
I don't believe it actually has any lactose in it.
I think you're right.
Isn't Jailbreak? Don't they have a lot of Big Lebowski?
Vanilla bean.
Ooh, that sounds scrumptious.
Don't they have a lot of Big Lebowski themed whatevers?
They've got a few. There's this one. There's Special Lady Friend.
Whoop.
There's Pete Takes a Bath.
That's frothy and foamy. Oh, it's a beautiful golden color.
Not look like a White Russian at all. It smells amazing.
Oh, that smells like. Man, this is. If I could smell this all day, I would.
Oh man, I want to divulge to everybody that I remember when this beer was released because
Boo!
I was working at a
Tell
beer.
us about that day, Dave.
It was a Saturday in November, and the clocks were striking 13. And no, but for real, I've had this beer a bunch of times.
Oh wait,
I've
I was
had this
talking
beer
into my beer. And
This smells so much better than I remember it smelling. Like the coffee is so much more forward. Which, I mean, Doug, this should cure your problems with subtlety. Because my God,
This reminds me of my brief time as the assistant manager at the Union Station L'Occitan en Provence.
because you were so close to a bon pain that you
Yeah,
could
yeah, no,
smell
the
their
coffee
cafe.
and the vanilla, they're all mixing together.
Oh, interesting. It smells better than it tastes, but it smells amazing and it tastes pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it. I'm reading what you're typing. I'll stop looking.
Folks, we're engaging with a little bit of
We'll
it's a little
tighten this
artwork
up.
promotion. Yeah, we'll fix this. in
We
post.
may or may not tighten this up. Yeah, this is really good. Doesn't taste like a White Russian. It smells more like the ingredients of a White Russian than anything. I'm gonna have to, using the nog as my baseline, I'm gonna have to give this an 8.74.
Wait a second. 8.74. That sounds good.
8.74.
Matthew, I can't wait to talk about this with you. Sorry, can't do it.
Oh, I just broke whatever that was.
Yep.
Now, as much as I enjoy the smell, the can, the person who brought this beer, I just can't get behind the coffee element. It has it's not coffee freshness, it's coffee grounds. There's that kind of like acidic granularity to it. It's a good beer. It's among the 3 best beers I've drank today. But
Right up there.
I'm gonna have to give this a 7.6. There's a lot of promise here, but it's also not quite what I'm looking for.
You know, I feel like we're talking about 2 things at once.
I think 3 is the best out of this.
I'm a little distracted. I'm gonna
go with 3.
I think none of these are Lord of the Rings elves.
No, they're not.
All right, go on. Wait, did you score it? Did you score it?
0.6.
7.6. Sorry, I was distracted. We don't have the spherical camera, so no one can look at what we're looking at. I have the spherical camera, but who's got that kind of space on their hard drive? Hey, join the Patreon so I can buy a new hard drive.
That's right.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, Metal Nation.
Patreon. You want to join the Patreon? I know you do.
We'll even do our book report.
I mean, we'll do the many book reports that we've done.
Any book report you want.
Thank you for subscribing.
If you love Dreadnought, you're gonna love what's coming in 2025.
Go to the Patreon now. Just while you're thinking of it.
telling me too, or you
STTMP
telling
novelization. Alan Dean
Really,
Foster.
anyone?
What?
That was Gene Roddenberry.
Oh, that was Gene Roddenberry. Excuse me.
Noted novelist Gene Roddenberry.
And all the weird sex stuff implied in the movie is not implied in the novelization.
Hey, look at the teeth.
That's amazing.
Seriously busted insanity.
ASCAP lyricist Gene Roddenberry.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
What did he write the lyrics to?
The Star Trek song.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it was just a way to make money off every time the show had the theme song. He got paid because he wrote the lyrics to it. And yes, they're pretty much that. They're awful. It's like nailing green chicks.
I know you're joking, but it pretty much is.
Yeah. See, I was kind of like imagining like Sabaton's metal name drop song.
And so, fun fact, if you ever buy the sheet music for the Star Trek theme, not that I have, but if you did, the lyrics are printed on the sheet music.
Part of the music.
Yeah.
All right. So who rated what? Just,
So I'll give this an 8.5. It's a beer I really like.
Okay.
It's not my absolute favorite cream ale, but I really kind of like started getting into cream ales after it was Manor Hill released their 14 Acres last year.
Fan of their lemonade.
It was a cream ale and it was really good. And then this year they released it and it was a cream lager and it just didn't hit the mark.
Clogger.
But the one that they released last year
Clogger.
made me want to go on like a spiritual journey to find the ultimate cream ale.
Fun fact, I have not eaten lunch or dinner today.
Oh my.
should have done snacks first.
I'm looking for these. I can't wait for you to try these sponges.
Matt and I are going to do a spiritual journey to find the Turkey Hill.
Oh my.
Ooh, yeah.
Must exist.
Wait, you are?
Yeah, we are. We're going to go up.
Can I come?
Yeah.
I'm
Bet you
busy
can,
that day.
I guarantee you can buy raw milk on turkey.
Yeah. It's the pride of Lehigh.
Ooh, that's my favorite valley.
No, IGH is spelled so it's the Valley. Near Lancaster.
I'm going near land.
All right, that's the sound of every podcast machine in southeastern Pennsylvania turning on.
In California, there is a Lancaster. It's near Palmdale, but I insist on saying
Lancaster. Yeah.
How much does it
Nice.
piss off the Lancastrians over there?
That's why I failed out of my.
I think they're called
medieval
Lancastrati.
English history. The Yorks and the Lancasters.
The Lancastrati.
All right, numbers.
7.2.
All right.
All right.
No explanation.
None needed.
It's a 9, and I invoke my right not to justify.
Yeah, we did give him that right.
Non-justification.
I can support that.
I also appreciate your exclusive use of whole numbers.
Yes, the audience.
All right, so
knows.
you want to do your next one?
All right, now beer number 2.
So this is
I know what this is.
Black Flag Brewing's Black Metal.
Yes.
Is a super black
metal.
lager.
Oh,
I'm gonna hang on.
Hella cold.
Oh wait, no.
I mean that's pretty black metal. Here, do I can hold the here. Oh, that's a
If I can pan that right, this is going to be
It's gonna
insane.
be amazing. Okay. Oh, look at that. That looks like a
Night.
oil.
Times infinity.
I mean, this is gonna sit well.
Do you folks like coffee? Real coffee.
Man, we have been watching a lot of Metalocalypse this holiday season.
Okay, so I noticed
You have a new child.
I noticed the bubbles are really persistent, and I'm going to chalk that up to continued eggnog residue.
Oh no, I've got a lot of bubbling.
No, yeah, I mean, my cup is also filled with eggnog, but it's actually not as bubbly as I thought. Ooh,
I don't know. I don't get black metal from this.
I'm still smelling.
You can get that smelling on the...
I don't know. There is like a metallic kind of quality to the bitterness.
There is a lot of leather.
like.
That is, ooh,
I feel like I just licked a dirty Oslovian rail.
yeah.
Really?
No. I'm just
I am
being
not
dramatic.
transported to Blash Creek.
I'm not. No, neither am I. Ooh.
That being said, it's not bad. It's a good name. It's a better can than it is a beer.
I'm suffering from some. Well, I'm going to choose my words carefully here.
Okay.
I think it's obvious I'm giving this a 6.66.
I've never been a big fan of beers that are traditionally like hop forward that then add a roasted grain. I don't like the Cascadian Dark Ale. I don't like black IPAs.
Is there a Carpathian Black Ale? Because there should be.
Oh, there should be. And yeah, this is a good beer that I would drink an entire pint of, but from a stylistic perspective, I would never reach for this. So, overcoming my prejudice against the black lager, I'm going to give this an 8.1.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I forgot that Dave is a chronic high scorer.
I love to rate high.
That's actually a bad Dave score. But
It's on the lower end.
it's on the lower end.
Down there with the eggnog I didn't have.
yeah. You were still among the highest scorers of that. Okay. Only a 5.2 ABV here. And so I think,
Should have gone 6.66.
well, I think the issue is lager, not the right style for black metal. This needs to be an overcomplicated, like overwrought stout of some kind. Like something that's just like 12.2, like technically a malt liquor.
If it was really black metal, it'd be hard to drink and hard to appreciate.
Yeah. But there would be a small cadre of people earnestly convincing you it was great. And you're like, I could drink this. And they're like, no, you must drink this exclusively.
Or even better, you shouldn't drink it because you're not good enough.
Exactly.
Now,
Stop drinking it. Other real fans want
You can't take this beer. I am getting lost in the dreamy eyes on the can. So that's worth 2 points. I like the can design. It wasn't a bad beer, but I think presenting yourself as a black metal beer builds up a lot, and I don't think it delivered. 6.
6.
I concur with the thrust of Matt's argument.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm going with a 6.
All right.
6.
6.
I can't believe I'm saying this because
The beer.
the lactate eggnog. Really, I can't believe that was even an option, and even that, honestly, I think I like that just a little bit more.
Wow.
I'm giving this a 6.
And self-criticism is the harshest criticism of all.
Well, and when I was buying it, the guy at the store, like.
Was he like,
No, he was like,
about that,
oh
buddy?"
yeah, black metal. That's a really good one. I really like that one. I was like, okay, cool. And yes, I don't think I would get it again.
I will say this.
did he lose his sense of taste in a horrible fireworks accident?
COVID. He's got the Rona.
Could be. Yeah, could maybe.
Oh,
Coming back.
yeah.
Don't sleep on it.
Omicron.
Whatever year it is, there's still COVID.
Could be the bird flu.
Could be.
Maybe he went north of the border, got some milk, and
Oh. Hey, but I do want to mention when we're on the topic of Black Flag, they're
great hardcore band.
indeed. Well, and we almost did have a TV party ourselves.
Yeah.
But they make Black Flag makes a beer called, I think it's just called Light.
Is it good?
It's exceptional. It is a really good light beer.
Is it spelled Lite or Light?
I think it's spelled Lite.
Ooh,
But I've only had it once, and that time was at band practice, and I don't think I actually got a good look at the can.
Okay.
All right. So
Which band?
I don't remember. One of Tim's bands.
we've
We've narrowed it down to 6.
had practice for 3 different bands in a week here.
Oh, this wasn't recently. It was like over the summer.
I know. I'm just
Maybe
saying.
over last summer.
Yeah. Well, that's why that TV moved there, so I could put sheet music up.
It's been really helping my accuracy
Yeah.
at knowing what song we're playing.
Okay. I want to point out that the black metal beer got 3 6s.
That's pretty metal.
6.66 and an 8.1, which is, the numbers in 18 backwards, and 18 is actually 9, and 9 is 6 upside down.
Well, 18 is also 6 times 3. Holy shit, this is a fucking metal beer.
Wow.
That's right.
Wait, isn't 72 is also 666 somehow we discovered the other day?
Black Flag Brewing backwards is.
Oh my
Gal.
God.
Calb.
All right.
Calb.
Galf.
Red Bram.
I think you're last.
Think I'm last.
Get on it.
Good old Gelf.
Sorry, I know. All right. So apparently, this is called Mad Elf. There's actually enough for everyone to get a can.
I can't.
But Dave.
Oh, you brought cans too?
I mean, it's not a can. It's a metal can.
Metal can? You mean glass can? I think you're cut off from the lactate.
I'm really drunk. I don't know how this happened. Anyway, let me come around and.
It's because we didn't do snacks.
We should have eaten the sponges. All right, there's holding out your paw there. That's good enough. There's no milk in here, Dave.
Thank God.
We can fix that. There's milk right there.
We still have to eat goddamn cereal?
Do we?
You didn't take that.
And
say.
sponge.
All
No.
right.
Well, don't you remember we already ate the cereal? It was in the last episode. Oh, what are you doing?
Can
Uh-oh,
down,
empty
hold
can down.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
What's going on?
It's okay.
Oh, God, no. You're making it worse. All right.
I also just broke your chair. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Trug's Mad Elf beer going in.
Are you doing report of the day?
Hello, everyone. This is Running on Empty
Right. Food
beer
review.
review.
Beer reviews. My day is thoroughly ruined.
Did you ever see the one where he was like 14 and he reviewed energy drinks?
I have.
It's the energy crisis.
11% holy balls.
Oof. All right. Okay. So this is a 12 fluidic ounces. an imperial measure. So this is an elf themed beer from Trögs. How do you say this? How do you say this?
Good enough.
I've always heard Trogs.
Trögs. Okay, it's an independent brewery. Not a Lord of the Elf. A Lord of the Ring elf, but the other kind.
The Lord of the Elf.
The scrumpy kind. It is a holiday ale. They're not, it's clearly a Christmas beer, but they don't want to commit. It's brewed with cherries and honey, noted holiday flavors. You should not consume this beverage if you're a pregnant woman or driving a car, because it could cause health problems. And you also get a 10% deposit in Michigan.
Hey.
So great beer.
How about that?
Tim knows that this
Was that a scrumpy
it
thing?
is that this beer is very popular around the holidays, but Tim also knows that he doesn't like it all that much.
Yeah, Mad Elf is a beer that is brewed with cherries and honey, and it is 11% here, folks. So
Now, should I?
heavy hitter for
Yeah.
sure
Now, should I credit them or penalize them for that?
for being 11%.
Yeah.
It lists its style as a spicy Belgian.
I mean,
this
it's good.
is
I just
appropriate
wouldn't
and right.
like order it.
It's
or
a
drink
Belgian
it.
golden.
I mean, I'm drinking it now, but
Yeah, we are. But that's because it was brought to us.
all right. 4 11% beers is really good.
There's only
How about
8 more to go.
Yeah. So,
Wait, 10. That's 10.
I was about to say
That's 10 more.
is it really
10.
better than the sugar cookie?
It's heavier than the sugar cookie.
For sure. And more honeyed and cherried.
Well, I'll just go with a 7 then.
Okay.
Man, the Mad Elf. I remember when I was working at Gillies, we could barely keep this in stock. People would come in and they buy entire cases of it. And it'll hold up to some aging, right? 11% will
It'll last in your
sit in the
fridge.
garage or the fridge, for a while. As a style, I really enjoy a Belgian golden ale, and they really nail it. A BGA, as they say here on Podcast Them Down. But they really nail the
On the floor.
the style. It's got a great aroma. But like Tim said, I don't really like this beer. This is as much of it as I ever want.
Okay. One
Dave's bad score of 10.
So I'm gonna have to give this a score of 75. Not 75.
75.
Nope, 7.5. Let's go with that. More reasonable.
Pete.
So yeah, it's something that I know. I want to say my dad is a big fan of.
Oh, that's a dig.
Has often brought it out and been like, "Oh, I've got this really great beer you should try." And I'm like,
Does he say it like
Hey
that?
there, sport.
Does he like give your head a little cuff? Like
"Sport, oh, you're looking so cute today."
You want to have a catch? Dad, it's 3 a.m. You've been drinking Mad Elf all night.
So
you'll catch the ball.
for me,
Think fast.
personally, the one flavor of like fruit that I just cannot stand is cherry.
Wow.
Hate cherry flavored things. This is a 3.
Like real cherry or
Jesus.
Any of it.
Jesus.
I'm just not a fan of.
You know that scene in The Fifth Element
me,
where
sorry.
Zorg almost chokes?
There's only one scene in The Fifth Element I know.
Like it reminds me of cough syrup.
A cherry.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking a full beer.
Sorry.
I'm still stuck on the holiday beer thing.
Happy holidays.
Christmas beer. That's absolutely right.
And Trump is coming back, and they should have relabeled this.
Christmas beer.
You'd think that a Pennsylvania brewery would be, kind of ahead of the curve on that.
Weihnachts beer.
So it's a 5.
Because it doesn't say Christmas on it.
Yes.
Well,
Part of the ongoing war.
I might be a little inebriated, but I can still do math in my head.
Yeah, well, I can too. I just want to point out that the milk that's been sitting out goes bad.
Yeah,
on
that's a lot.
January. Goes bad on January 6th.
Oh, hey, that's Epiphany.
Good luck. Drink.
All right, go
Hey,
on.
that's the end of the octave of Christmas. Okay.
Why is it an octave if it's 12 days?
Because you don't count the Sundays. Anyway,
It's like a chromatic.
really curious.
A chromatic scale is an octave, but it's 12 notes.
12
okay.
notes.
I just blew my own mind.
So
I love both of these
Say
answers.
an octave is 12 notes. What is so hard to?
Oh, 11 notes.
In America, it is.
Whoa.
Maybe not in Turkey.
I might be having an ocular migraine right now. But okay, here's what I know. It's so popular, we bought it twice. So that means that it's the only holiday beer out there, or at least the only holiday beer that's readily available, which counts for something. Because if I always said we're nothing. We're nothing if not popular. And the kids these days are singing a song about popular, and that's what you want to be, good at sports, etc.
I don't get the reference.
Yeah, you will. Just wait like 3 months. He's a daughter, you see. Anyway, I'm going to do a
Whoa.
5, not a great beer, but a great guy brought it.
There we go.
To whom are you referring?
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, that places it firmly in last place. Any closing comments before we announce the winners?
No.
We should go lowest to first.
I was going. I know how to show.
I mean-
I know how to do a show.
Do you?
Judging by our slowly increasing listener count, maybe.
You know what? Tim, do you need some time to tally the score?
I don't.
I was just, we've had Dave on many an episode.
A few.
And there's something Dave usually does that I haven't heard yet tonight.
Oh.
We need to call up Aaron so he can say the holidays.
It is the holiday time, and I wonder, Dave, have you ever seen a certain band around the holidays?
You know, it's interesting that you ask this.
Damn it!
And I feel like this would be more appropriate for the snacks conversation.
That good.
But yeah, around this time of year, there's a certain band of dudes
In the bleak midwinter?
in the bleak midwinter as the solstice has passed and there's nothing to look forward to until, February.
You're waiting for me to cut him off, aren't you?
I want him to keep going.
Well, fish.
Yeah, I've seen them every now and then, like a couple times. We're not seeing any shows this year. They're doing their New Year's shows, but we're not going to be there.
Well,
We're touring from the couch this year. Got baby responsibilities.
I feel like I'm watching like all those like old timey newsreels of like the flying machines that didn't make it.
Fish. That's,
Yeah, but don't they stream all their shows?
they do, which is why I'm going to be
Every
watching-
band should.
Do you have a fish pass?
No, because that shit is ridiculously expensive.
That's a real thing. I just invented it.
Well, and here's the worst part. They don't actually sell one. You can buy a tour pass, right? So when they announce their summer tour, you can spend usually somewhere in the neighborhood of $500.
$500.
Yeah.
How'd we space on the date, man? I don't know.
It's
It's $500, yeah.
excuse me.
To see maybe 25 or 30 concerts from your couch.
That actually
Yeah.
works out pretty nice.
Yeah, right?
I guess
it's
so.
it's $25, $30 a show if you buy them all as a package.
But okay, and forgive me.
If I could go to shows without going to shows,
I know. No line for the bathroom,
Well,
no
yeah.
people.
Well, but in LA, that's like 3.5 shows, isn't it?
So forgive my ignorance, but I thought the whole point of liking a band like Fish was like listening to them in like a DAT recorder in the pocket of someone's jacket. So why?
The Grateful Dead had a patch bay, so people
real?
could
Yeah, you
so
could patch
people
in the
could get
soundboard.
good recordings.
This is nothing but mass media
But
slander of the band community.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
ABC.
when you leave the Grateful Dead show, you have a recording of the Grateful Dead.
Wah, 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 wah.
Wait, I have my button that no one can hear but our listeners. There we go. there.
I hope that was the boo you suck. Oh, I saw the waveform.
That was a and a laughter.
Matt, you're right. And tapers still exist, and they're a big part of the scene. And if I wanted to go home and listen to Fish as recorded by fans in the audience, I could do that.
Okay.
See,
Also 2024-ish or 5.
One of those.
the East Coast metal equivalent of that is my good personal friend, who I've met once in person and
Dave
don't know
Mustaine?
his real name, Lord of the 80s.
Oh,
He
that
goes to
dude, yeah.
every show between D.C. and Newark, New Jersey.
Is he
And
streaming
films like tons of them. No, he
Nice.
just puts them
He's
up.
a nice
Put him on
dude.
YouTube.
And we
Go
fully,
follow Lord of the 80s and tell him Podcasting Down sent you.
we fully endorse him.
I wish this was more prevalent in the metal scene because, like, Metallica does it. They stream shows over nugs.net, which is primarily a jam site. But I would kill, not actually, to see certain bands. In Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
To see certain bands without having to freaking fly to Europe or Norway or Sweden to see them.
Norway and Sweden are no longer in Europe.
But they are in NATO.
Wait,
Yeah.
did Sweden leave the EU?
They're like in the EU, but they're
You
not
said Europe or Norway or
the
Sweden.
Eurozone.
I was just giving you shit. All right. Speaking of shit, Trogs Bad Elf is last place.
Oh, boo.
Black Flag
Well
Brewing
illustrated by the people
Black
who
Metal.
brought it.
Black Flag's Black Metal is second to last.
Second to last.
Lactate Eggnog, which I remember had a commanding lead until there was two.
Until anything else was drank.
Is unfortunately fourth. All right. Ellicottville Sugar Cookie.
City sugar cookie.
Deville.
Right, is third on our beers of the round table. Somehow, I think you just got a good batch of PBR.
Must have been.
Give that shit a blue ribbon.
Is second. So our winner is where's the? I have a drum roll.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but you should have announced up to 3 and then drum rolled the second.
No, everyone.
place.
Yeah, I understand,
That would create suspense.
but everyone forgot.
If we remind him before the
Tim.
There's a drum roll happening right now. Oh, it's over. See, what are you doing?
It's the
To the drum roll.
jailbreak White Russian.
Jailbreak White Russian. All right. Happy New Year or whatever day it is. Until next time, Metal Nation.
Support
Maybe
Prince
PBR
George's
is
County
better than we
businesses.
remember. And everyone's talking, and I'm going to leave it all in.
Coming this year, 2025, Matt and Dave discuss Tom Bombadil's appearance on the most recent Amazon series.
Oh my God, that's right. We haven't talked about that yet.
Talked about that.
Oh, stay tuned, Metal Nation.
Butt
It's gonna be a
size.
good.
Butt size. Both of you talked over the outro, and I saw that and I was very conflicted. So we should talk.
Really drunk.
I just did not like it.
Well, don't give it away.
Look, we can cut this part of the recording, but spoiler alert. For
Spoiler alert.
Radio Land. Amazon's Rings of Power brought me closer to Matthew's position.
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
At least he didn't sing that much.
God damn.
He did sing though.
I wanted more singing, actually.
I also, it was both too much and not enough singing.
Feel the same thing about Mad Elf.